This is Coach Chris Holtman. You're listening to Drive the Lane podcast.
Drive the Lane podcast, recording Sunday night to make sure we get you the freshest Ohio State takes. We're going to talk to you about the games from this week, including the win over number 7 Maryland. You may be at home thinking an upset win over Maryland, but they were favored because that's how the Big Ten works. That's how the road games work in the Big Ten. We're going to get to all that. We're going to talk about the rest of the season. But first, we are sponsored by and presented by High Street Tees. They got the shirts that you want to wear. So head on over to highstreettees.com/DTL. Use promo code DTL15 for 15% off your order. There is a Drive the Lane shirt that would look incredible on your body. Yes, I am talking to you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. It would look so good on you. Yes, you. It would look great. And actually, our promo code actually works for the entire store, not just our shirt. Yes, I'm still talking to you. It would look great on you. Head on over to highstreettees.com/DTL. Promo code DTL15. Buckle up. And let's drive the lane.
Okay. Before we get into the Ohio State stuff, I'd like to first make an announcement that I am addicted to TikTok. With the help of a good friend, Evan Turner, who hopefully will be on the show eventually. I mean, we've tried for a long time, but that's neither here nor there. He retweeted my first ever TikTok, threw it on Twitter. It's got tons of views. It's just oozing.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting crossover thing to say, that he retweeted your TikTok.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I shared the TikTok through Twitter. Like my sister, it was on my sister's account. She sent me the video. I posted the video on Twitter. It's a TikTok on Twitter.
How is Kesha, before we get to the Buckeyes, how is Kesha not the official spokeswoman
Of TikTok?
of TikTok?
Every
time you open TikTok,
Whenever
should
you
be,
tell me I'm pretty, is that?
no, she has a
Hunger
song called
hits me.
TikTok.
No, she one of the most famous TikToks on
Sorry,
right now.
not Kesha. I'm being an idiot. Not Kesha.
It is Kesha.
Yeah, Kesha.
Right, but you know she also has the song "Whenever You Tell Me I'm Pretty, That's When the Hunger
Yeah,
Really,"
sure. But
which
she
is also
has
TikTok.
a song that goes TikTok.
Right,
That needs to be.
So for both of our reasons, she should be
she should be the experience.
God, you're welcome, Kesha.
All right.
Trying to hook it up.
Back to the Buckeyes. God, they look good today.
God, are they so back? It's ridiculous.
So I just want to.
You alluded to it. They were favored today, so it's not an upset.
It's not an upset, but it's to the untrained eye.
Right.
It is an upset.
Well, based on rankings, it's the upset. My dad today was like, the whole day we're saying, I got a good feeling about the da-da-da. And then eventually I was like, Dad, we're favored by 3 points. He said, what? I said, yeah, Vegas knows something we don't know. He said, well, now I'm 100% confident. And look what happened.
I would have been even if I bet these two things this week. I said that the Bucs were going to go 1-1, so I would have won money on saying that. But I said they were going to win at Iowa and lose at home. So,
right.
So I would be.
It's
even.
funny because I was coming into this, and I was like, I'm going to start off my segment. Like, you kick off the first thing, I kick off. I was going to say, Andrew Zoldan, my co-host, can see the future, and then I realized he was wrong.
Close. I was close.
He was incorrect.
I just want to say this.
Who is more right? I said we'd win both. You said we'd go 1-1, but got them both wrong.
I think I'm both right.
More right.
Or I'm both right. I'm more right. I want to point something out for the game today. Okay?
Sure.
Luther, Caleb, CJ, Andre, Kyle, Dwayne, and EJ Liddell combined for 79 points. The reason that is funny is because I tweeted today. I had a tweet ready to go. Because, as you know, there's a lot of Buckeyes with W last names. I had a tweet ready to go. The law firm of Wesson, and Washington combined for 40 points. The tweet was ready to go, ready to hit send. Okay? Wesson, and Washington combined for 52 points, the law firm. But then C.J. Walker decides to make those free throws at the end of the game.
Oh, C.J.
Have the same amount of points as Andre and Dwayne, so then I had to throw him into the law firm. So he is the junior executive at the law firm.
So I hadn't seen Andrew all day. We hadn't really been talking because he was driving back from Missouri and had a dinner and all this good stuff. And when I got in here, the first thing I said was, why would you tweet that 4 players combined for 52 points?
Well,
that happens every single game.
I did a good job justifying it.
Right. I mean,
the law firm is really
Danny Hummer and Harrison Hookfin combined for 0. You should have tweeted that.
Well, that's not impressive.
Neither is 4 players combining for 52 points.
Okay.
It's like 12 points, or 13 points a guy.
Anthony Cowan.
Bum.
Must play hitting against Ohio State, right?
Why?
He's not good against us.
Oh, is he not?
I'm not 100% positive.
I'm just so used to. I only beat Maryland once in my career.
Today he had 10 points. Okay. And when they played earlier this season, when the Bucks were 11, he had 20. Never mind. I saw a tweet earlier. Twitter is very deceiving. It can be very deceiving, especially on game day.
It can be very deceiving because I see stuff from 7 hours ago before I see stuff from 3 minutes ago. But that's another story for another time.
Yeah. What'd you like today in the game? It's tough because we really should be talking about Iowa too, but we really just 24 hours news cycle. Yeah.
This just goes to show you that Maryland doesn't belong in the Big Ten. I mean, they're complaining about being physical. It's the only conference that people punch each other and it's a charge or a block. You know what I mean? He was like, Wesson was able to be a bully tonight. No shit, he's able to be a bully. He has 50 pounds on Jalen Smith. I mean, it's not an accident that he's pushing him over. It's welcome to the Big Ten, bud. He's not bullying anyone. And Holtman came back when an announcer or when a member of the media during Holtman's press conference said, "Hey, Coach Turgeon basically said that Caleb was allowed to be a bully today." Holtman said, "What? Mark said that? Are you sure?" And they said, "Yeah." And he said, "Yeah, well, I think Caleb was very physical within the rules, and he played a good game." And it's true. I mean, Caleb, I felt not bad for him, but for the Iowa game, he was outplayed by Garza, who's probably the best player in the Big Ten right now. And Caleb probably came back and said, here's another guy, Jalen Smith, that people think is a better big man than me. So it's my home court. I'm going to prove that I'm that dude still. And I think he did. And then Luther was unbelievable on Cowan on defense. If we're just talking defense, or matchups at least, Luther was unbelievable on Cowan. I mean, he made 1 field goal. He gets he's the most field goal attempts in the Big Ten. I'm sure he's the most makes too. But when him and Jalen Smith combined for, I think it was 3 field goals today, maybe 2, 3, I think. Like, they're not winning any games, so that's huge. It was a game Ohio State had to win. Maybe not for NCAA tournament purposes, but for Big Ten seeding and for NCAA tournament seeding, it was just an absolutely mega, ultra gigantic win, and I'm really proud of those dudes. And they all the guys that you mentioned combining for the 79 points, they all stepped up in their unique way. And then obviously got to make sure Kyle is okay. He's been dealing with ankle injuries since he stepped on campus, so he's used to the rehab and stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if he missed the game just because, he's got to get the appropriate rest to be able to finish this stretch run at, whether it's 85. There's a huge difference between 75 and 85% at the end of the year. So hopefully Kyle's good. I have not talked to him, but I do know that he just sprained his ankle just through the grapevine. It's not anything worse than that as of this second, I'm pretty sure.
I'd like to petition something to the NCAA, and maybe we can get some signatures. I'd like to petition all NCAA tournament games be played in Columbus, Ohio. Because I think the Buckeyes
for Ohio State.
I think the Buckeyes would benefit from that.
How cool would it be if every game was played in a venue of 10,000 or less? I mean, it's not possible, but that'd be fun. If there were first round games at Cameron Indoor, that'd be pretty darn cool. Or at St. John Arena, that'd be awesome. If there were games there.
Yeah. Or what if in the NIT, the higher seeds got the home games?
That's what happens in the NIT.
I'm saying in the NIT.
Oh yeah.
What if?
I thought you meant in the NIT or something.
No. No, I get it.
We played. You want to hear something funny? We played in the NIT my freshman year. First game was at home against Akron. More Akron fans than Ohio State fans at the game. We win that game in a close one. Mm-hmm. I had to be ready to play because someone was really sick on our team, and they told me to be ready to play, and I was like, that's bullshit, and yep, I didn't play. But then the second round game, we were like, oh, yes, we get to play Florida. And Florida was the 2 seed, and we were the 4 seed. So we get to go to Florida for the game. We're like, let's go. We get to go to Florida. Florida has their court being renovated, and they came to our game. our stadium. We were so excited to go to Florida. Oh, yeah, that was a bummer. We weren't winning that game.
Is the NIT fun?
No, it's not fun. Oh, my God. We had to – oh, my God. That was –
But will you agree with me on this? Definitely better.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I haven't said it.
Oh, sorry.
Definitely better to go from the NIT to the tournament. Imagine if your first 2 years you were in the tournament and then junior, senior year you went to the NIT.
Oh, yeah, no shit. That would be – I
miserable.
mean, oh, my God.
You would have been
How should I phrase this? I was more miserable going to the NIT than not going to the NIT when we didn't even make either tournament. So if that means anything if it went from backwards to my success wise in all the tournaments, in all the postseason tournaments, Big Ten and NCAA, my senior year was the best, and then my freshman year was kind of the worst because I hated the NIT. So it would have been a bummer if it was the reverse. My senior year, we won a huge game in the Big Ten tournament. It felt like we were in the championship of the universe. That was how big that game was, and we won. And then we went to the NCAA tournament and upset a team. That was not that my junior year wasn't awesome. I mean, we had a double bye, so we made it farther technically in the Big Ten tournament, but we didn't win a game. So I only won 2 games in the Big Ten tournament in 4 years. That's not good. But I won 2 NCAA tournament games. So, God, I'm just a legend, basically.
Speaking of things that we like and don't like, how much better is Thursday, Sunday than Tuesday, Sunday for basketball games for the Buckeyes?
Yeah.
The games on Thursday and then Sunday. Maybe the players don't like that quick of a turnaround.
No, well, I will say that typically in the Big Ten, you go game, 2 days, game. That's how it usually is. Every once in a while, you get game 6 days off game, and every once in a while, you get game 4 days game. That's how the progression is, if that makes sense. But it's never game 1 day game, and it's never game, and it's never no games for, you get the drift.
So it's never Sunday, day off, Monday, game Tuesday?
No,
Are
never.
you 100% positive?
100% positive.
I'm going to do a quick look. It would be Saturday, Tuesday?
It's always 2 days of prep.
So it'd
because if you have to travel, you have to have a travel day.
So it'd be Saturday,
of prep.
right? Okay, so if there's a Saturday,
you can go Saturday, Sunday off, Monday off,
Tuesday. So it's either Saturday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Thursday. That seems what it's usually like.
Well, yeah, but it's weird when you phrase it that way,
right?
Because it could be Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's not all. It's not. There's never 3 games in 6 days. Maybe you'll have that once a year, and it'll be like in the non-conference or something. So yeah. I mean, if you're playing a tournament, then you have back-to-back days too. But during the regular season, the Big Ten, now that it's 20 games, it's very fairly spread out. You have like a bye week, just like in football sometimes too. Like you get 6 days off. So
this week, Thursday.
Jalen just FaceTime me. Should we just FaceTime him back real quick?
In a second.
Okay.
This week, Thursday, Sunday. Okay. This week is Thursday, Sunday, and it's Nebraska Thursday at Nebraska. That has to be a win.
Has to be.
Has to be a win. And then home versus Michigan. Right?
Home versus Michigan?
Home versus Michigan Sunday.
And then Illinois, Michigan State?
Yeah. 4 games left. This is crazy.
If we go, first of all, worst case scenario, we're the same record that we had last year, which we're in the tournament. It's cool. We won today, we're in the tournament. No claps for that? We're in the NCAA tournament.
Are we 100% sure?
Yes. Oh, my God.
I just think Michigan's 18-9 too, and I feel like what happened last year.
We're both in.
Well, I feel like what happened last year with Ohio State getting in over Indiana could possibly happen if somehow Ohio State loses out and Michigan wins.
No, Michigan's in.
You think regardless? What if
Michigan is the second best team in the Big Ten with Isaiah Livers?
What if Michigan loses out?
They're just not going to lose out.
I just don't think. But I just don't think they've done enough in the second half of the season to be a guarantee.
When they have Isaiah Livers, they're the second best team in the Big. They might be the best team in the Big Ten. So, the committee truly 100,000 billion% factors that in.
Yeah.
Because when we didn't have Caleb and we went on that huge losing streak at the end of the year, I asked Holtman. I said, "Do they realize?" They said 100%. Granted, He could have been trying to just make me feel better. But it would be dumb if they didn't do it. It would be foolish if they didn't do that. Right? You have to, I mean, it'd be like, whatever. I can give you a million examples. But yeah, I know we're going on kind of off on a tangent, but I think Indiana is the bottom right now of who's getting in. I don't think Purdue's getting in.
I don't think Indiana's getting in.
They just beat Penn State at home. Top 10 win.
Well, top 10 win?
Yeah, Penn State's number 9 in the country.
No, they're not. Are you 100% certain? Penn State is number 9.
Maryland number 7. We're 25. Iowa 21. That's the 4 teams that are ranked.
Penn State is number 9 in the country. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. They are. You're right. That's crazy. I thought
More
they were top
claps.
15. I thought they were top 15.
They were at one point. Now they're 9. But now they're back because they just lost 2 this week. Should we give a quick?
So annoying.
Maybe let's
quick Big Ten standings update.
Yeah, and with a little rundown of what each team has going for them, what team doesn't, who we should be scared of, what yada yada yada.
Yeah, I mean,
who can make a run in the dance? Let's do that real quick.
Big Ten standings. Okay, I'm gonna just say that Minnesota, Purdue, Nebraska, Northwestern are out. Fair?
Wait, hold on. TikTok just started playing on my phone when I unlocked it.
Minnesota, Purdue, Nebraska, Northwestern out.
Well, Northwestern they can make a run in the Big Ten tournament.
All right, so
they lost by 100 to Minnesota today.
Yeah, Maryland
like 100. They lost 194.
Maryland is still first in the Big Ten with the loss. They would have to do a lot to not win the Big Ten.
There's 4 games left. A lot can happen.
A lot would have to happen for them not to win the Big Ten.
Well, if they go 2-2, they could lose.
Right. So if they go 2-2,
but that's not crazy.
And on their schedule, Minnesota, Michigan State, Rutgers, Michigan. They have 2 home games, so they should win.
Yeah, they just got to win at home. They got to win at home, and they win the Big Ten.
Yeah. Penn State in second, 10-6. Iowa also 10-6. Michigan State 10-6. Wisconsin 10-6. Illinois 9-6. Michigan 9-7. Rutgers 9-8. Okay. So all those teams with 10 and 9 wins could flip flop in the next.
Right. The difference.
3 weeks.
I saw that the difference between 8 and second is a game or whatever. 2 games.
Ohio State and Indiana both have 8 wins in the Big Ten. I think it would be difficult for either of those teams to make it into the top 4.
So who's the right now the number 2 team has 10 wins?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not crazy, but it is because the other teams have.
It's kind of crazy because the other teams, realistically,
yeah.
Those teams with 10 wins need to win 1 game.
You guys want? You want to hear something crazy?
Ohio State plays.
You want to hear
3
something crazy?
teams ahead of them.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
My junior year, you know what our record was in the Big Ten?
What?
15-3, and we didn't win.
Yeah.
And this year the winner's going to be 10-10.
This is a crazy year.
It's Big Ten basketball. Okay.
Well, Maryland could have 15 wins,
but they'll be 15-5, 5 losses.
So why is there more games?
There's 20. They changed it to 20.
Okay, well then that's not that crazy to have more losses with more games.
No. Still, I'm saying only. Okay, I'm just saying we were, regardless of this year. Throw that out. It's still crazy because we were the first team since the conference expanded. It was like at least like 20 years or something crazy where a team had 3 losses and didn't at least share the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And Dockich will go to his grave saying that. We talk about that all the time. Speaking of Dockich, we wanted to have Dockich on tonight, considering the big win.
He's probably asleep.
But we realized that every time we have him on, they go on a losing streak. And I think we've talked about this on the podcast, so we are not going to do that. But here's the teams that I think for March who are built for March for the Big Ten. First and foremost, and we don't even talk about them enough, Michigan State. I think that they always peak in March.
Yeah, they'll be in the Final Four.
Cassius Winston is the best point guard.
We could just say that they will be in the Final Four.
Yeah, I just think that when the combination of great guard play and veterans takes you far in March, I trust Michigan State. I just do. I trust Izzo, and I trust Michigan State. I trust Cassius Winston. I trust Jack Hoiberg, who started against Nebraska. But first, we could start with them. Next, on the teams that are, very trustworthy, I think Maryland, I guess. I just don't like Maryland. I don't see it, but I have to see it. Cowan is great. Ayala is great.
It's just
Jalen Smith apparently is great.
It's kind of dumb and foolish are the words that come to mind. It's impossible to discuss what we think will happen to these teams in the tournament until we see the Big Ten tournament on a neutral court. That's how crazy road games are in the Big Ten this year. That
Yeah.
until the Big Ten tournament, until we see Maryland on a neutral court against an Ohio State, until we see Iowa and Penn State on a neutral court in the Big Ten tournament, I don't think we really can say what these teams will and won't do in the NCAA tournament. And even in the NCAA tournament, there's a little bias, obviously, in the location of the games, but it's still obviously a neutral court.
Yeah.
But I think until Maryland plays a neutral court game against Michigan State, we won't know which of those teams.
Until Northwestern plays against Purdue on a neutral site.
We know that. Well, no, that's actually until Northwestern plays Purdue. They'll probably play in the first round. They will play. I don't know. Minnesota, Purdue, Nebraska. Okay, also Minnesota could end up being ahead of Ohio State.
How about the fact that Minnesota beat us twice?
You know, if we play Minnesota, it'll be like the Penn State effect.
Well, no, we won't lose it third time.
Okay.
But, it doesn't count, though, because it's not the same. But
do you
agree with me that
we need to see these teams on neutral courts?
And also, I agree with you
that was a weird sound.
Yeah, it's like I was contemplating. It's like contemplating what I was going to say. I think that let's say 10 teams get into the Big Ten, into the NCAA tournament from the Big Ten.
They don't call it the Big Ten for nothing.
Exactly. They would be the Big Ten that got into the NCAA tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if 8 of them lost in the first round.
Yeah.
Just you can call it whatever you want. It could be because we've been beating each other up all year. There's just no clear-cut dominant team. They're not that good.
What's probably
the other teams are better.
What's probably going to happen is the team that wins the Big Ten tournament is going to lose first in March Madness. That's probably what's going to happen.
Not if it's Michigan State.
But in years past, I've always taken the winner of the Big Ten tournament very far in March Madness in my bracket, which is why, shout out Duncan Robinson, I always
used to use Duncan Robinson.
I used to always take them.
How great was he in the three-point contest?
He was okay.
Speaking of three-point contests, I was at the Bulls game tonight. Davis Bertans is unbelievable.
He's great.
Future Bull.
Future former Buckeye.
No, former future Buckeye.
Future Buckeye.
That's how it worked for that.
But I just don't think anyone is proven in the Big Ten, especially all of the teams.
You know what I think is great about this episode so far?
We're just
talking.
We're just boys being bros, being dudes, being guys. That's what this episode is, a bro dude guy episode.
Yeah, that's all it is. Should we talk about
Wait, hold on, let me crack open it.
Let's talk about the landscape of college hoops right now.
Checkered.
We got in the Big 12. Kansas, probably the best team in the country right now.
And Baylor, who of course beat each other on their home courts because it's college basketball.
And because Kansas has to have a share of the Big 12 title every year.
They didn't last year, right? Wasn't last year the first year ever?
No, they did. They shared it with Kansas State, I think. You got
Google?
your big fancy computer right there.
Keep talking. I'll Google while you talk.
So in the Big 12, that's where the Big 12 stands. And of course, West Virginia, after they beat us, lost 5 of 6 or something crazy. Mm-hmm. They showed the on CBS.
Texas Tech won the Big 12 last year. They went 14-4. Kansas went 12-6.
Shit. Well, now I'm an idiot again.
And right now they are. Right now, they're tied in first with Baylor. In Texas, and there's not even a team close. But Baylor and Kansas are the real deal. Baylor and Kansas are the real deal. We talked about it the other day.
I had my buddy Rem, who's a GA for Baylor. I in that group chat, that walk-on group chat, I texted this, and it wasn't I didn't think of this, but Baylor and Kansas really could play 4 times this year. They've played twice in the regular season. They played the Big 12 championship, and then they meet in the Final Four or the Elite Eight.
Well, couldn't we say that about any Big Ten team too?
Well, yeah, but it's different because they're 1 and 3 in the country, and they'll be 1 and 3 in the country.
Yeah, but Maryland and Ohio State could play again in the Big Ten tournament, and then have like a 3-7 game.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I'm saying that they could both be 1 seeds.
Got it.
And it's like when Duke and North Carolina have never played in the NCAA tournament. You know that?
Not once.
Not once.
Wow. Nah, I'm sick of Googling.
Okay. And that's why it's crazy because they always play, not always, but tons and tons of times they play 3 times, obviously, whether it's in the semifinals, the ACC tournament, or the championship, but they never play a 4th time that year. But Kansas and Baylor really could because they're both good enough to make the Final Four. It's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's college basketball, so they'll probably both lose to 16.
So, okay, let's do this. We'll go through the other conferences, like Pac-12 no one cares about, but we could talk Big East real quick and ACC real quick, and then we'll talk about some dark horses that you guys should be putting in your bracket.
Okay, wait. Before we get to that, we'll do kind of an intermission. Let's get to a word from our other sponsor. We currently are looking for sponsors. If you would like to sponsor the Drive the Lane podcast, please reach out to us. Email us at drivethelane23@gmail.com. That 23 is for LeBron, not for Jordan. drivethelane23.
What the?
drivethelane23@gmail.com. We are accepting applications. Applications are filling up, so please get your sponsorship application in. So
Do you hear all the papers? I'm sifting through all the papers we printed out.
So, you know those billboards that say, your ad here, call? Basically,
Verbal meme.
Your ad here. Email drivethelane23@gmail.com because, yes, I'm talking to you listening. This could be your big break. We could both have our big breaks at the same time.
High Street
I'm just
Tees.
saying, let's big break together.
High Street Tees, they are through the moon because of their relationship with us.
Yeah, they're on Mars. We have been we've been making money. We've been making them some money. But what?
Oh, we love
What's
High
wrong
Street
with that?
Tees. No.
Yeah, we do love High Street Tees, but we are open for more sponsors.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, you might not own a business. You might not be a big part of a business.
But your uncle might.
Yes, exactly. And you know someone who does.
Your cousin might. Jesus Christ, your cousin might.
Yeah,
Just listen to
think.
them.
Yeah, just think a little. Like, come on. Like, are there any? Is MGM listening or
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Me and Andrew have talked about, like, our goal is we just wanted to, because we talk so much about not gambling, that it would be funny if our sponsor was a sports gambling company.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Is San Diego State still a 1 seed with a loss?
Probably not.
No. You got to go undefeated.
You got to go
like
undefeated
that.
if you have four names in your school.
Yeah. Well, they have 3.
Think about it. No. San Diego State University.
You're right.
Can you name another 4-team thing that was a 1 seed after 1 loss?
No, but I can't name another 4-word one.
The Ohio State University.
Yeah. And Stephen F. Austin University.
Not a 1 seed.
And South Dakota State University. God,
yeah, I know. There's a good ones, but none of them are 1 seeds.
Ohio State is going to be a 5-3.
We don't care about the ACC in the Big East.
Well, we haven't talked to them yet.
I know.
Talked about them yet.
You haven't given me a chance.
Duke could lose any night.
The ACC they're a bunch of frauds.
Yeah. Bunch of Frank William Abagnale Juniors, if you ask me. That's the catch me if you can guy.
I know. I know that now. I think we talked about it on the last episode, how I would just, oh my God, give us the 9 seed, give us the 8 seed, have us play against NC State, and then NC State's probably like a 10 or 11, but have us play against, I don't know.
12.
Let me see. Give me an, oh my God, have us play against Rhode Island.
Well, this is updated as of Friday.
Have us play against Florida, and then we get to play Duke. Oh my God. Hello, Sweet 16. How you doing?
Ugh. Please be at Ohio State, the Sweet 16. Find a way.
Well, it's not possible.
Or we could be the 6th seed in Cleveland.
I mean, I'm going to the games. I don't care where they are. So,
what if they're in the Bahamas?
I mean, there won't be.
If they're in Cleveland, we'll be there. What if they're in Spokane?
Jack Beach, I'm coming to sleep on your couch.
What if they're in? Oh, if they're in St. Louis, we will be in the car instantly.
Against Northern Iowa. Between you and me, I put some money on Northern Iowa last week. They were favored on the road against like a 12-11 team, and they were on a huge winning streak. They were like 22-3 this year. They were down 21. They ended up coming back and almost tying it. Just toying with my emotions.
Wow.
Shout out to Jack Reardon, who put me on that one.
there's no way anyone's still listening right now, right?
Yeah, no chance.
If you're still listening, tweet us.
Wait, so ACC, I think Duke's going to win the regular season for the first time ever, outright. Not ever, but since like 2012.
Uh-huh.
And then Big East, Creighton is awesome.
Did they not win?
Butler's okay. Xavier's okay. Seton Hall's awesome. DePaul stinks.
I don't want to. I'm going to say this.
Marquette's okay.
I'm going to say this. You don't want to see Cincinnati in the tournament because they will literally claw your eyes out because they're Bearcats. They will claw you.
They're not the Big East.
I'm just saying. Wait, are they not?
No,
Are they American?
Yeah.
They used to be Big East, right?
Sure. A lot of teams used to be in the Big East.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Andrew, who do you think is an underrated our team to make the Final Four?
under the radar.
And then we'll wrap this up.
Under the radar. I think Auburn has been underappreciated all year.
Because they've played 5 overtime games?
They've played no one, and they've played a bunch of overtime games. And I remember looking a couple weeks ago and seeing they had 2 losses, and they were like 12th in the country. And I was like, what's going on? I think they're an under-the-radar team. Another under-the-radar team is I think Marcus Howard can get hot.
Yeah, but we thought that last year, and then Ja Morant was the best player ever.
Yeah, but now I think Marcus Howard could have a little Kemba, Shabazz Napier type tournament.
Okay.
They're probably they're my deep sleeper, Marquette. Not deep, but
okay. Staying in the Big East, I think Creighton is like so unbelievably good. They are perfect because they're so great on offense. They play fast. They make shots. They have a great point guard, Zagorowski. They're a little small. Like their center is 6'7". They're a little small, but I think they just match up. They're a matchup nightmare for every single team. They're fun to watch, and they're going to be ranked in the top 10 tomorrow. They're awesome. I think they're going to be in the Final Four. And then my sleeper,
the Buckeyes.
Okay, they're peaking.
But it's not a sleeper to
If anyone's out there listening right now, remember when I said that Holtman's going to peak at the right time? Now's the right time.
I think we got our swagger back.
Don't look now. But the
Bucks
Buckeyes
are
are
hot.
back.
What else should we talk about? Fill time.
Should we call let's call Jalen back.
All right, call him back.
He probably won't answer. Even though he's asking me to play Fortnite. I already know he is. Been grinding Fortnite. Pretty good, honestly, right now. Best I've been in a while, that's for sure. Hey.
Now you want to talk to me, huh?
You're on the podcast, dude.
Now you want to talk to me, huh?
What?
I'll call you after OSU plays today.
What? What's so funny about OSU playing today?
I don't know. Why?
I don't know. You tell me. Did Villanova play today?
We played yesterday.
And?
Who won?
Yo, we're bored. Will you give us a headline?
I'm not playing next game.
Breaking news. What? You're okay though, right?
Yeah, I get an MRI tomorrow.
That was a bummer. I looked at the ESPN thing because obviously I can't watch most of your games, but we follow them.
Because he's a bad friend and doesn't buy League Pass.
And when I saw that you had 2 points in 0 minutes, I was a little confused.
Is efficient, huh?
Yeah, talking about efficiency, that was unbelievable.
Jalen, did you see how good we did in the Metro Media Jam?
I did not.
You didn't see that?
No, I did not.
We were.
Here, I'll text it to you right now.
We were invited to be in this media shooting contest, basically, with Ryan Rosillo.
Oh, yeah.
You did see that, right? Yeah. Zoldan won the first part but didn't get a trophy. I won the second thing and got a gigantic trophy.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I have
Well, you're leaving out a key ingredient. I had 24 points.
I said you won the first part.
Yeah, but that could mean I won 10-9. I had 24
Yeah,
points.
you beat me
and Joey
24
had
to 10.
9 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all right. He doesn't have a trophy. But what was I gonna say? How's your streaming career going? You want to tell the people where they can follow you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Jalen Brunson 1 Caffeine. We stream every now and then, usually Call of Duty or Fortnite. Recently, I just beat the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game, which is unbelievable.
I need to get that game. I need to get that game in Spider-Man really bad.
Yes.
Spider-Man is so fun.
Spider-Man won Game of the Year, didn't it?
I think it did, yeah.
Jalen,
Yes.
breaking news.
Oh crap.
CJ McCollum has 41 points. Carmelo has 32. Blazers up 3 over the Pistons with 4 seconds left. What's your response?
Melo's back.
Melo's back.
Personal foul on Hassan. We're going live.
Oh. All right, we're watching live. Jalen, you want to give us your top 5 players of all time?
Joey, I'm in the middle of a 1v1 meet, bro. Top 5 for my top 5 players of all time?
Yeah.
No, give us Miles Bridges'.
Yeah. Give us Mikal Bridges' top 5 players of all time.
Oh, that's what I meant, Mikal.
My top 5 players of all time.
Gary
Kobe.
Trent.
No order. No order.
No particular order.
Kobe, LeBron, MJ, Shaq.
Dirk.
Hold on. Oh, he quit on me. Oh.
Who's 5th?
Larry Bird.
That's a tough one. Who did I say? Kobe, LeBron,
Shaq,
MJ. I have to go my personal all-time favorite, Steve Nash.
Rounding out the top 5.
No.
Nash.
I love Steve Nash, but I would put AI in there.
Whoa.
I saw AI at the casino the other night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had a private roulette table to himself.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Jalen, give us another headline.
Wait. Before you give me a headline, did you see who Mikal Bridges was with last night? 2 nights ago? Inside joke?
Oh, yes, I did.
Who's he with?
Yes. Inside
I'll tell you after.
Oh, inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday.
He was with my boy Cam Johnson, too, who would have been a Buckeye. No one knows that. He would have been a Buckeye.
Cam Johnson won 11?
Yours truly could have been a Buckeye.
What?
Let's not go there. I said yours truly could have been a Buckeye, but let's not go there.
Yeah, right. Stop it. Don't joke about that.
Is it my fault?
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure when we interviewed Coach Mata, we talked about that.
Did we?
I think we did.
Let's call
Or
him.
I was texting him today, actually. Funny enough.
We got to have him back on again soon.
We will, yeah. Okay, Jalen, you got anything else for us?
One more headline.
Just let me know when you're getting online, buddy. I'm waiting for you.
Okay.
Yo, I'm itching for a headline. Please, one more.
Headline. I got nothing for you, buddy.
Jalen Brunson.
Say something about the refs.
Jalen Brunson
Say something about the refs.
always delivers.
Say something about the refs.
Yeah, in general, any refs, any sport.
Something about the refs.
Ooh, clever.
All right, I probably won't be on tonight, but I'll be on tomorrow. Are you off tomorrow?
All right, buddy. We play tomorrow. I was off today. All today, actually. I was off all today. Because today was my off day. So guess what? I was off today.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Offset.
Okay.
Very. I'm a fault with you.
I'll follow with you.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Let's wrap this up with our predictions for this week, like we did last week.
Okay. Can we talk about, if you're still listening, we're sorry that we didn't deliver this week. Lots of stuff happened this week. Zoldan was out of town. I was out of town.
But we wanted to pump something out for you
guys. We had
to
give you guys something, though.
Because we knew that the Maryland game was huge.
So here's what we'll do. We'll give you guys the predictions. If you're still listening, tweet at us. And
How many times have we said
back.
if you're still listening?
I mean, shit, I wouldn't be listening still. Anyway. Oh, I had a job interview the other day, and they asked me about the podcast, and they started to listen to it during my interview.
Were they like, wow, we love this other guy. They're going to have him.
No, so it was a phone call. She was like, "Oh, I love the your art, like your profile picture."
Shout out Gracie Gungan. She made the art.
I was like, "Yeah, it's our friend who she did it and stuff." She was
Gracie
like, "She's like, what a clever name too." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, I'm going to get this job because of my podcast. So, thanks.
No problem. I kind of do a lot of the work, so no problem.
You do a lot of the tweeting, that's for sure.
I do a lot of the
Okay, who do we
tweeting.
So we play home against Michigan
At Nebraska.
at Nebraska or at Nebraska home against Michigan.
That's what we said. At Nebraska, home against Michigan.
Doesn't matter. We're going 2-0 this week.
2-0 this week, I agree. 2-0 this week to get you excited. Your Zoldan prediction of the week this week, they're winning at Nebraska. Michigan evens the series this year.
One of the games. Whoa, 1-1 you're saying?
1-1, Michigan.
Okay, Joey Lane
Michigan
sticking to the guns of 2-0.
Is Livers going to play?
Probably. They're so good when he plays.
Livers plays 1-1.
You want to hear something bold? In one of the two games, someone will have 30 on our team.
Want to hear another bold prediction?
Yeah.
If this was the NBA, Dwayne Washington would be traded for a first-round pick. And
There's no first round.
he's so valuable. He's the most valuable asset. He's the most valuable.
Dwayne, a future guest on the podcast.
This is what I was going to say about Dwayne Washington. We almost had him out tonight. Sorry, we didn't. This was what I was going to maybe say it to him, but I was deciding if it was.
I wouldn't
cool
have
or
let
not
you
to
say
it.
anything like this.
No, I think he is James Harden. He's the James Harden of this.
Oh, you're saying
He is the James Harden of this Ohio State team. If the Thunder don't trade James Harden, that team wins a championship.
Yeah, but you can't say that to him just because we can't get that stuff in his head.
Yeah, I don't want to put that in his head that he should go be Harden
No,
on another
he's
team.
not.
But I think he did.
He's gonna get his chance.
But
Just
he is James Harden. Literally, he is James Harden. If he was on any other
I
team
totally
in
see
the
what you're
country, he'd
saying.
be averaging 21.
he
But
could go be on a not as good team initially. Like the Rockets were not as good as the Thunder.
right initially, but he
And-
can make a team
Sure.
that good.
Yeah.
I really think that.
Send him off to.
Also, there's
Send him-
a lot
I love him
of
too
there's a
much.
lot of mock drafts that have Caleb going.
I talked to an ESPN, a guy the head of scouting for
Who
ESPN,
we'll have on soon.
who we're gonna have on actually, Mike Schmitz, and he said, "Oh yeah, Caleb will get drafted, 100%.
This year.
Yeah.
So this is what I think. I think for Ohio State to be successful next year, and obviously this is jumping ahead, but that's what you do in sports. You jump. Welcome to the Jump the Lane podcast.
You jump a lot in sports. Name a sport where you don't jump,
Ping pong. You could jump.
absolutely
I knew
jump,
this you were going to say.
but not golf.
Golf.
Not golf.
Wait, let's high five closer to the mics.
Actually, you could jump in golf if you like hit a shot and there's
Tiger
a hill,
jumps
and you gotta
and
like
celebrates.
and you gotta like see if you can.
Back
get
to
it.
what I was saying, though. Obviously, you and I don't know what's going to happen with DJ Carton, but because CJ Walker's a senior, correct?
No, junior.
Junior?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well,
We're gonna have the same team next year.
if Caleb leaves,
we lose Dre,
if
and
Caleb
probably.
leaves, I think is Kyle not a senior?
No.
Crazy. Showing my knowledge right now.
Yeah.
If Caleb leaves, you give the keys to Dwayne Washington.
Yeah, even if Caleb stays,
But it's hard not to run your offense through Caleb when he's there. But if
Well,
Caleb
yeah.
leaves, I think Dwayne Washington needs to be the guy next
he'll
year.
be the guy next year. Don't worry about it. He is making the slow progression. I've talked to his dad about it actually, and I agree with
We
everything.
should do a
that's-
parent podcast.
that
one
would be
day.
kinda
I'm
fun.
serious. We should. It'd be cool.
Um,
Satch, Sullinger, Keith Wesson,
and Derek Fisher,
Dwayne Washington Sr., and
Scott Lane.
Mama Lane.
But when talking to his dad, and I'm not putting words in his mouth or taking exact quotes for him, but basically, they were under the impression that they were excited about being like Cassius Winston, where you have a role your freshman, sophomore year, then your junior, senior, you turn into a really, really great player when you have the keys to the car, quote unquote, which is what will happen to him, versus being like Kobe Simmons, who went to Arizona and was a one and done and had the keys to the car right away, and now he's in the G League or playing in Turkey. Who knows where he is, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I think, and this is going to be a little confusing because he actually does have a brother on the team, but I feel like Caleb is kind of like the older brother who turned 16 2 years earlier, okay? And Caleb's going to go off to college, but in this scenario, he's actually going to the NBA. Bear with me. Caleb's going to go to the NBA, which is the college version of college, and Dwayne's going to get the family car.
Okay, that was so dumb. You've said some dumb things. That's the worst one.
That was just a bad analogy, but it's actually smart, the root of it. If you say, say words like root, you sound smarter.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. You're just saying, hey, he's passing the torch.
He's passing the car keys.
He's giving hey, you take it for a spin.
He's going to be like this. He's going to be like this. He's going to be his
hey, D-Wash.
No,
take these bad boys for a spin.
His car, his parents' car.
Fuck, Caleb, the keys aren't even out here, man.
His parents' car are going to be. His parents' car is going to be packed.
Everyone buckle up real quick.
His parents' car is going to be packed, getting ready to take him to school. The garage is going to be closed, and Caleb's going to say, hey, Dwayne, there's one more thing I wanted to give you. Dwayne's going to say, what? Caleb's going to toss him the keys and say, the car's in the garage. It's all yours.
There's no gas, though. You got to fill it up.
Yeah.
Gas is $3 a gallon right now, too, so maybe wait a couple days.
Yeah.
And with that note, I think it's time to – God, we're not sorry because, like, we don't owe you guys shit.
I actually had a lot of fun doing this.
I mean, it is fun. It's fun for us. We don't owe you guys shit, okay? So stop complaining.
It just means our next episode is going to be even crazier. Like, maybe the best episode we've ever done. Maybe we'll get Molinaro back on again because that was the best episode in podcast history.
I know. That was great. No, we'll have some –
Speaking of blowing up and taking the next step, Joey Molinaro, since awesome. We had him on, has 80,000 more Twitter followers.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Drive the lane bump.
We'll we're gonna have a sports agent on. We're gonna have NBA players on. We're gonna have college players on. We're gonna have you name it.
Parent episode, I guess now.
We're gonna have politicians. Donald Trump kind of was like, "Yeah, I'll come on." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know how I feel."
We were like, "I don't know. We got a lot of people who split. Might not like you." He was like, "No, trust me, I should come on."
He said,
"Don't even try. Don't even try. Don't even try. Don't even try." Okay, try.
Here's what we're going to do.
That was French. You sounded like Jacques Clouseau from Pink Panther.
He said, okay, I would like to buy a hamburger.
Last question.
Yeah.
If the Rockets trade Westbrook instead of Harden, do they win a championship? Or if the Thunder trade Westbrook instead of Harden?
I don't know. I'm not a big Russell Westbrook fan.
So, yes?
I don't know. How about Chris Paul? How about the resurgence of Chris Paul?
Yeah. How about the Rockets being actually incredible?
How about the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs?
Yeah. Lakers-Pelicans round 1 might be interesting.
Could be. Let's get this thing finished.
Think about this in terms of the NBA. LeBron's got his car packed.
All right, that's all we got.
LeBron's got his car packed.
Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. If you're still listening, we might send us your Venmo. Andrew's going to send you $50.
I'm not.
If you're still listening.
I'm not. But buy our shirts, highstreettees.com/DTL.
I need to go to sleep.
Promo code DTL15. When Joey leaves, I might add a couple minutes to this. All right, bye, Joey. That's the end of the pod. All right, buckle up, drive the lane. Put the headset back on so you can say go Bucks. Buckle up, drive the lane.
Go Buckeyes.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got Buckeye IQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.